How do you feel about the open office layout?
It's not that bad, but there is no privacy. I feel like everyone is always watching me.
What do you think of the manager being able to see everything you do?
I wouldn't mind it so much if the manager couldn't see every minute of my day. It's a bit too much.
What's your opinion on the open office layout?
I hate it. Even if they can't give us offices, they could at least give us cubicles. It's too distracting.
Why do you dislike the open office layout so much?
The reason I hate it so much is because I can't take a small break. Since the manager is always looking at everyone, even when I am not working, I have to pretend like I am.
Do you find the open office layout distracting?
Yes, there are a lot of distractions. I can hear everything everyone says in the whole office. Mary sometimes turns on the music. It's not that bad, but sometimes I want it quiet.
Is there anything you don't like about the open office layout?
If I have a complaint about something, I can't talk to the manager because everyone will hear. I have to set up a meeting and use the conference room.
Do you have enough outlets near your desk?
I don't have another outlet near my desk. Can I get a power strip?
How's your workstation working for you?
The sun always glares off my monitor and I have trouble working. Can I move to a different location?
Is there anything wrong with your current seating arrangement?
Can I sit on the other side of the room? This is too close to the door and it gets cold here.
Is there anything we can do to make you more comfortable?
I get hot easily. Would it be possible if I sit next to the door? It is much cooler there.
Where is your cubicle located?
I sit in the cubicle down the hall. It's next to the conference room.
Where is your cubicle located in relation to mine?
My cubicle is directly on the other side of this wall. Come by sometime.
Where can I find the files I need?
The files are on my desk in my cubicle. I'll get them for you.
I noticed you have a heater in your cubicle. Where did you get it?
I walked by your cubicle and saw a heater. Where did you get such a small one like that? I think I want one for my cubicle as well.
Do we have more than one Steve in the office?
There are a couple of people with the name Steve in our office. If you say Steve real loud, you will see two heads appear at the same time. It's quite funny.
Have you heard about the work environment at ABC Company?
I heard ABC Company has a serious cube farm. Even the CEO has a cubicle. I think that's pretty cool.
What are the dimensions of your cubicle?
My cubicle is about 5 feet by 6 feet.
Why is Jack's office so much bigger than mine?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because he has a larger team or more responsibilities.
I was next in line for a window office. How come you gave it to Paul?
I gave it to Paul because he has been with the company longer and he also requested it earlier than you did. But I can put you on the waiting list for the next available window office.
Is there any way I can have a bigger office?
There is an empty office across the hall. Can I have it?
What do you like about having your own office?
It's great having my own office because I can surf the internet and take a real break anytime I want.
What's the best thing about having your own office?
The privacy is probably the best thing about having my own office. I can't imagine working in a cubicle again.
Can you stop by my office?
Sure, when would be a good time?
Stop by my office when you get a chance.
I will. Is there anything in particular you want to discuss?
Let's meet in my office.
Sounds good. What time works for you?
Can I stop by your office after lunch?
I have a meeting right after lunch, but you're welcome to stop by around 2 p.m.
Can I come by your office now?
Sorry, I'm in the middle of a project at the moment. Can you come by in an hour?
Can we talk in your office?
Sure, let me just finish up this email and I'll be right there.
How are things at work?
It's not too bad. But I hate our office setting.
Are you in a cubicle?
No. I would be happy with a cubicle. We have 10 desks all in a large room. The supervisor is at one end with a view of everyone.
That sucks. You have no privacy.
I know. I can't even take a small break because everyone is watching. But that's not the worst part. I can hear everyone talking all day long and it's so distracting.
I feel sorry for you.
I can't even complain about something to the supervisor because everyone can hear.
Why do they have the office set up like that?
I'm not sure. Maybe they want to save money, or maybe they think it's more effective.
Is anybody in an office?
Only the people above the supervisor.
Maybe if they got out of their office and worked in the open space, they would realize how terrible it is.
I guess I'll just have to tolerate it for now.
Do you have cubicles in your company?
No. Everyone has their own office.
You're so lucky. I'm in a cubicle.
I'm so glad we have our own office. There is so much privacy and we can take breaks whenever we want.
How does management know if you are working or not?
Our company doesn't really keep track of little details. Our performance is based on our assignments and projects. Management doesn't care when it's done, they just want the person to do a good job and turn it in on time.
I like that method. In our company, our manager wants to know every detail almost every hour. If we are a little behind, the manager gets mad and starts worrying.
I would hate that environment.
I agree. It's not a good work environment. Do you ever play video games in your office?
Not when it is busy, but when we are experiencing a downtime, I close the door and start a game of StarCraft. If someone comes in, I quickly switch the view on the monitor.
You're so lucky.
I don't take it for granted, but I wouldn't mind a window office soon.
Shut up, you freak.
I have exceeded the average for all sales categories. I was in the top 3 for renewals, I was second in accessory sales, and the most in new services. Overall, I was the first in our store and third in the whole region. I finished all my assignments on time, I fixed the most amount of code errors, I did code reviews on numerous occasions, and I created a program that helped the installation process. This ultimately reduced the installation time by 40%. I feel I did a great job. I exceeded all my goals, and I made the most sales throughout the year. I am very happy with my performance over the year. I completed all my projects and I even took on 3 additional assignments. I also helped the junior employees on a regular basis. I'm happy with my results. The project I have been working on was a success. During the process, I managed to overcome all obstacles and finished on time. We have increased our revenue while decreasing cost. I believe I am on track. This year I have learned a great deal. I am very familiar with all our tools and I even completed my first project successfully. I have accomplished a great deal this year. I analyzed all monthly sales data, wrote up a thorough report for each one. I also created a process of submitting the report form that saved an hour for each report. I worked on 4 projects that were all successful, and I created a how-to document for new employees. I feel I need to be more technical. I realized how important it is to know different computer applications. In order to improve, I have researched some classes I can take, and I even bought a couple of books. In the next 3 months, I am going to concentrate on learning these new tools. An area I would like to improve is in planning. I plan all my work and I complete everything on time, but I feel if I do a better job at planning, I can be more efficient with my time. In order to work on this, I created a checklist of everything I should think about before starting a project. Using this checklist will make me think of potential obstacles that I wouldn't normally think about, verify that I am not forgetting something, and keep me on track to complete ahead of time. I am going to do this and see how much it improves my efficiency for the next 2 projects. Afterwards, I'll report how much it helped or didn't help. I have done more and better work than anybody else. I have learned everything on my own in the first 3 months without any training, and I have been a great employee. An 8% raise is not what I had in mind. I want a minimum 20% raise. I agree that you have performed well, but 20% is a large raise. Where did you get that number from? I have researched the pay for 5 different companies for someone with my experience and skill set. On average, they are being paid 25% more than me. I don't expect to get paid more than the other people because this is a smaller company, but I should get what I deserve, and that is at least 20%. The average pay for workers who have to go on frequent business trips is significantly higher than what I am being paid. There is no overtime pay here, and all the extra work is not compensated for. I feel it is fair to get a larger raise due to the amount of quality work I do and the frequent business trips required for this position. A 3% raise barely covers inflation. What was the average raise throughout the company? I did very well this year and exceeded all my goals. Why am I only receiving a 4% raise? You actually got the maximum raise this year. Most of the people didn't get anything. Some people got a 2% raise. So you should actually be happy with your raise. The economy is down and the company needs to save money. They can't give large raises this year.
It's that time of year again.
Yeah. I always get nervous during this time.
Shouldn't go too bad.
So, how did I do this year?
Let me first ask you how you feel about your performance.
I think I improved a lot and made a lot of great contributions. I completed all my assignments ahead of schedule, I volunteered for 2 more extra projects, and mentored a couple of our newer employees.
I agree. You did great this year. I got your rating back from upper management and it's not bad, but it's not the best. You received a 3.5, a 4% raise, and an 8% bonus.
I got a 3.5? Why? I was really expecting a 4 this year. I really worked hard.
Unfortunately, we can't give everyone a 4. There were a lot of people who did great this year and we only had a few 4s to give. You barely missed the cut.
What could I have done to get a 4? I thought I did everything to deserve one.
I agree. I think you should have received a 4, but the only thing I can suggest is for you to be more visible. The people who beat you this year didn't necessarily do better work than you, it's just that people knew the work they were doing more than yours. You need to stand out a little better.
How do I do that? It doesn't make sense. If I work my ass off and I do great work, why does it matter if I show off or not?
If 3 people are equal in their work, the only deciding factor is how much of the work they know about. Since upper management cannot know the details of everything, they mainly see the people who are visible. You can do this by taking on projects that affect the whole team so everyone can see, or you can be proactive in finding places for improvements and sending out a mail to management with your ideas.
If I did a great job, why did I only get a 4% raise?
You got a high raise comparing to other people. The average raise throughout the company was 2%. They cut back a lot on raises due to the slow economy.
I'm a little disappointed. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Think about what I said and we'll try to give you more assignments with more visibility.